Real quick trivia. Name this movie. Give me your hand.
3, 2, 1, go. Over the top?
No, Predator, dude.
Predator.
Yeah.
That's how real men shake hands.
What's the matter, Dylan? Pushing too many pencils in the office?
That's how real men shake hands.
I'm Arnold in that, by the way.
I knew that. That's why I'm mad. I'm mad.
I'm Arnold
I knew
in
that.
One. You're, what's that other dude's
Now
name?
Doug is going to have to do all kinds of editing and make you look so much
Apollo.
bigger right now.
Get over this.
People
His
aren't
name
gonna
isn't
believe that.
Apollo. Yeah.
All right.
We've been doing all kinds of tension movements with Justin. We've done some pretty basic ones. Now we're going to move into something a little more advanced. Like you've showed me this move before, and it's challenging for me. So it definitely takes a lot of focus.
So, and we're getting a little bit outside of what you would consider pure isometric training too, because what I showed you before was primarily just isometric, which means you're not moving.
Which you would recommend to start first, right?
Exactly.
Like if you're teaching someone stick mobility or tension type movements, stick with the basic isometric stuff first, and then we'll progress.
It's about the connectivity in the beginning. It's about establishing neural connection between muscle and your brain, and getting that to fire and recruit as many muscle fibers as you possibly can. So that's the intent for the isometrics.
You know, that's a good point. It is important to note, doing this before your workout, you will activate more muscle fibers with your regular exercises. So this is not some novel, like, cool little thing to do.
No.
This is a great way to take your normal workout and take it to the next level.
Simple but effective, right? So as far as a natural progression, the last video we showed you a lateral forces. So now what I'm going to do is increase the difficulty by getting in a split stance. So one thing I like to do is kind of put the stick into the crook, into the corner of the wall like this. And then I'm going to get into a lunge position. So what I want to do is I'm going to step one of my legs forward here.
So the leg closest to the wall,
Yeah.
that's the one that's forward.
It's about a 6 foot long stick, and you're about 3 feet away from the wall, it looks like.
Okay, and then you want it to sort of travel in front of your legs. So that way I'm not out in front, and then I'm not going to allow the stick to be able to travel down nicely, because you want it to be a nice fluid flow with this exercise. So now we're getting into a little bit more of like isokinetic. I'm not really sure what you would call this, but it's more of isometrics. And now the intention is to really keep tension the whole exercise. So I'm still driving all those forces into that corner while I'm moving my body. Okay, so I make sure I'm in good posture first to start. So I'm gonna get that heel raised off the ground.
So you're off your toe, or you're on your toes on the back leg.
Right, which is, I mean, if you're in a lunge position, in a lunge stance, that's the first thing you really have to teach people, how to be able to balance in this position, right? And just keep a nice upright posture.
This is why this is advanced, because that right there for some people actually is challenging.
Exactly, and this could be a good tool too if you had 2 sticks, 1 stick, to just work on this and keeping good, nice posture and control. Now we intensify that. So I'll take this here, and now I'm gonna create my own forces down into this corner by pressing without leaning into it, okay? And I'm staying tense, and now I'm dropping.
While pushing down into that corner.
While pushing still.
Okay.
I'm at the bottom for a couple seconds to reinforce that signal. Now I'm gonna squeeze and drive my way back up.
So the intention is, you are going up and down, but the intention is driving into that corner at the same time. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, couple things that we want to point out just for technique, right? The leg closest to the wall, that's the one that's forward. Back leg on the toes. The arm that's away from the wall is underhand grip.
Exactly.
I noticed that.
Yep.
And then the one closest to the wall is an overhand grip. Arms stay straight. I'm real tight, driving down into the corner as I go down into my lunge. By the way, this is much more difficult than it looks. In fact, talking while doing this is almost impossible to create the right amount of tension.
Yes.
Because you really got to create lots of tension.
You really want to squeeze it in there into the wall. And I mean, this is just going to promote more stability, more ways to react to these forces, especially with athletes. That's why a lot of these types of movements I really like to highlight in my athletic training type clients situations.
And you want to do both sides, obviously. If you do one side,
of course, yes.
Do this side. Again, just like the other tension movements, 6 to 10 seconds?
6 to 10 seconds.
Is a rep.
Is a rep.
Okay. And then you rest.
I can see doing this before, like our lunge matrix.
Oh,
or
yeah.
like when I like to do walking lunges a lot with weighted, you know.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, if you really want to think about, you know, what you're going to do ahead of time as far as what is in store for you in your workout, this is a great way to teach your body to react properly while doing these types of movements. So one of the best things about these types of stick movements and isometrics and isokinetics is that I could place that kind of force and teach my body to orient and to adapt to those forces going into those type of workouts.
And I really think about it like this, like, you know, and this is very common. You see people, they'll do walking lunges. And when you do walking, if you were to just come in the gym, no warm up, no nothing, and say, okay, today I'm gonna do my walking lunges, your body is gonna take the easiest path, right? And all these stabilizers and then some stress on the joints and ligaments that's going on, where when you do something like this first, it's gonna activate everything internally first, wake all that up. So then I'm gonna feel extremely rigid and tight and strong when I go in to do a movement like this.
It's hard to explain the feeling of what it's like when you prime
Until
yourself
you do
properly.
it. That's why you have to do it.
But I'm telling you, when you do it, look, I tell you what, here's a little test.
Do one
right now,
before
if you're
the do.
watching this video, just stand up and don't even need to stick nothing, just tense your entire body, hold that for 6 seconds, relax. You will feel like you just drank some coffee. You'll wake up. That's your central nervous system.
Well, one of our very first videos we did was that. Remember, Justin did a tension squat, just your body weight, and move through that. And so,
without anything,
But doing it before, I feel like when you paying attention to the type of moves, like, so he's getting himself in a lunge position. You're really having to stabilize yourself in that transverse plane because he's causing the forces from there, right? So that gives you that solid structure and base. So then when you go to do a movement like a walking lunge or lunge matrix or reverse lunge or something that emulates that, I feel like you're going to feel 10 times different when you go into that after you've warmed up with this versus just
you'll have weights at your side. You'll have, maybe you're balanced with your weights with the barbell, but a lot of times when you're in a split position, the weight's going to carry you in a certain direction. How do you react to that and stabilize?
Exactly.
Okay? This is going to teach you that.
Excellent. Great position.